Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Nerds with Nines, where we talk about anything from, anime to Zenith Firearms. Do you get it? A to Z. I feel like every couple of episodes, I just need to, take a step back and, think of, where I'm at and, what I'm going to do, and just talk about a little bit of what's going on and everything, and just kind of reflect a little bit. By the way, I'm listening to music as well while I'm talking, so this is going to be the most unorganized podcast episode ever. And I'm also recording this at 12:11 in the morning, midnight. So, but I think this episode I'd like to talk about something that has been really, I guess, messing with my head lately, And about 2 episodes ago, we were talking with Megan about dating, about the life, and dating about the life. What am I talking about? No, just about the thing I said was my non-existent love life, which is kind of true. Let's be real. My problem is that I get too attached too quick, all the time. And it really does a number on me every single time. And I've tried hard to not let it affect me, but it does every single time. I try so hard to have somebody in my life, and it just doesn't work. So that's really been getting to my head as of late. I even made the joke with my friends, like, hey, you guys pick who I date, and everything, because I'm done. I'm tired of, attempting to do all this work, But, I don't know. There's a lot of that going around where you want to have somebody in your life that means that much to you, but you also want to focus on friends and family and focus on your career. And for me, it's, focusing on, yes, friends, family, and really trying to, change in order to, go into the career that I want to go into. And I'm just having difficulty doing that. And so I'm like, okay, so what's another thing I can be doing? And then I add on more and more and more to my workload, and it never works out correctly, the way I want it to. I think I have this thing where I'm just like, oh no, I can do it. I can take on multiple things at once because many people have done it before me. There's a lot of people who go through a lot worse than I go through, and all these different things, and then I'm just like, you know what, that is not the correct way to think about these things. You have to think broader, I guess you could say, but a broader scope. And I'm not doing that. And it's really agitating, And that brings up to the next thing. I want to be able to accomplish all these things, but I never feel like I'm doing anything right. Even if I am doing something right, if I don't see the progress, if I don't see the data, see the statistic behind it, then I just, I guess, get into this depression, and I can't seem to get myself out of it. And then when I do get myself out of it, it's easy to pull back into that, And so that's where I've been at. That's where my head has been, And as of late, I've just been, trying my best to hang out with my friends, um, and kind of take a step back from being around the family. Not because I don't love being around them. I do love being around them. It's just, I think the people that I need right now are the friends. I need somebody who I can actually talk to about these things, and somebody who can relate in that level. And my family just we don't have that. You know, I mean, I can talk to them. It's not the same. I wonder if anybody else has that same exact feeling where you have that or want to have somebody to talk to like that, and it doesn't happen to be a family member or something like that, or even if it is, it's just, I hope you get the thing where it's not the same, talking to somebody else versus, you know, but, the one thing I've been actually keeping up on is this podcast, and it actually blows my mind because I actually planned this in no way, shape, or form. I did not plan Nerds with Minds. I was just in the moment, and I was like, you know what? I've wanted to make a podcast. I keep on saying, I can't make that podcast. I can't do it. And then, I made this in literally less than 2 hours, and then I recorded my episode as well. So I was like, why not? What's stopping me from doing that? So that kind of gets me, like, if I could do this with little to no planning, but everything else that I do in my life takes so much planning. Like, I want to make sure that I have the next step ready to go. And this last week, I have not done that. I have not been planning anything, and it feels fantastic, It's like a relief that I don't have to plan things, Obviously, I go to work and do all these different things, but I really had a plan this last week, and it was relieving. It was a big relief. I didn't have to worry, and I think I need to have a little bit more of that. Little periods of time where I just don't plan things. I just do things. I got to, hang out with friends and go out and have fun and everything. And I'd never had that either. Especially in like high school or anything like that. I usually hang out with one or two, three people, all the time. And I never got to go to like parties and stuff like that. So it felt really good over this last month to be able to do that and actually be, myself. Be, not have to pretend to people, I feel like I'm always what I want that person to see, Sorry, my phone. Jeez. Sorry. So, I'm always who I want people to see. So, if I don't want you to see the real me, then you're not going to ever see him, And it takes a lot of trust in you in order or of me trusting you in order for me to bring that person out. So, and I think maybe only a handful of people have ever actually seen that, which is insane. So, everybody has a little bit of a misconception of who I am and who I actually am, And so, it's exhausting because, I don't really want to act all the time, but I do. And yeah, I'm not really sure where the rest of this episode is going, by the way. So that 10-minute spiel right there was more or less the gist of what's going on inside my mind, you know? And, what's going on? What's going on? I think nowadays I'm planning Nerds with Nines, and I'm trying to make my image a little bit better at work, you know, if that makes any sense. So I'm trying to move up and, may take it more seriously, because I feel like there's a little piece of me that just doesn't care anymore, and that's it's very loud. It's a very loud sensation of not caring, and I hope to overcome that, because I really want to care. It's just a lot's going on. So I have to make this episode like stretch out too. Like it has to be at least 17 minutes. And right now I'm only at minute like 11:30 right now. That's crazy. So I don't really know what to say, to be honest. I found out that music dictates my mood. So right now I'm like skipping through songs, and none of these like capture my mood whatsoever. I cannot find anything. Yeah. Anyways, I'm actually really excited about the next upcoming episodes for Nerds with Nines. Might as well let you guys know what's going on now. I'm planning an episode with a general contractor. And we're going to talk about some really cool things over there. And it's probably going to be a really, really long episode. But I think that one might be the first episode with actual footage, like on camera. I'm still debating that, though. But still trying to find a place in order to record that episode. And then the other episode that I'm planning is with my buddy Trent. And we're going to talk a little bit about, life, cars, because he's a car guy. And I know he's going to want to talk about cars. And I'm going to have to extend my knowledge on that a little bit beforehand. And we're just going to talk about, just funny situations and stuff like that. So that's cool. So I really do want this podcast to be anything and everything. Like if you feel like you want to be or want to, see what it's like to be on a podcast, like just contact me. I will most likely say yes. Most likely. Unless I don't like you. If I don't like you, I'm not going to have you on my podcast. So, brutal honesty here. If I don't like you, you're not coming on the podcast. But obviously, like I've done a lot of different things. Like with my first or second episode with Knifer was literally over Discord. I was just talking to him over Discord, and with Megan, it was the same thing, and the other two, the same thing. I didn't really think it was all going to be Discord. But it's just like I'll find a way in order to have you on the episode if you really want to be on the episode or be on the podcast. As long as you identify, you want to be a nerd or you are a nerd, about a certain thing and you want to talk about it, or if you just want to catch up a little bit, like this is literally my way of doing that. I want to be able to talk with all the people that I haven't talked to, and that is exactly what Nerds with Nines was made about, and so yeah, like contact me, let me know if you want to be on an episode of Nerds with Nines. this is gonna go on for a long time. I'm not stopping this. It's really cool experience, and seeing it grow from 0 to 80 downloads just like that is fantastic. It's amazing to see, and also, who doesn't like to see their name on Spotify? Isn't that so cool? That like you probably don't understand it as much as, but if you see your name on Spotify or on Apple Music or something like that, like Apple Podcasts, all these different things, it is so cool. Like I now get it. I get what these artists, I get what they're talking about. It's really cool. And so, if you guys want to, be a part of that, that's cool. Like, I'll make it happen. I wouldn't be, talking with a general contractor in person, trying to figure out places to record, getting more recording equipment in order to do so if I didn't care about having you on the show. I wouldn't be sacrificing my own equipment, moving it multiple times in order to, have you on the show. Like, I'll move mountains, and ooh, that's another great segue. Okay. The thing is, okay, a thing that really, really gets me is I will do anything, like literally anything, for my friends, my family. If I like you, basically, I will do anything to, for you. And everyone for me starts at 100% trust. There's no, ifs, ands, or buts about it. I trust you. Okay. And that might be a little bit of my, glass, half full kind of thing, and seeing all the greatness in everybody. But that's the truth. Like, if you, if I meet you, you're at 100%. Okay. And there's only certain things that you can do to, remove a percentage, And it seems like nowadays people will do all of those certain things, and it doesn't make any sense to me, And eh. I get so angry when I like, because it doesn't seem like people truly understand what your intentions are, Like me, I am like my pure self. If you meet me, okay, most likely everybody that, can come across me and, say that they've met me have always said, like, he is always like a very real person, okay? He's down to earth. He will always, he'll do anything and everything for you. That's the kind of person that I've built myself to be. I've always wanted to be that person. Okay. So if you are going through something, you can talk to me. I want to be that person. Obviously I can't always be there, but I will try my best. Okay. And that's all that I've ever wanted to do, is I wanted to try my best. I want to help people, and the people that I help the most are the people that are closest to me. Okay. And so it irks me a little bit when people take advantage of that, and then go like behind your back and then say things that, aren't true, or are, that diminish your image. Okay. And obviously, with the things that I do in life, it's all about image. It's about how people perceive. Okay. I'm a graphic designer, and my whole entire job, all right, is about perception, right? And one thing that my dad always told me was, every little thing affects the image of a company, or image of a person, or image of anything, right? If you go into a store, right, you walk in the front door, and right on the ground is just a wrapper. Okay. Let's say you walk into a department store and there's a wrapper on the ground. You're automatically thinking this is a dirty store. I don't want to be here, right? Immediately. Why aren't they picking up after themselves, right? Everything is about your image. And if an associate would have came along and cared enough in order to pick up that wrapper, you wouldn't have lost a customer that day. You know, everything goes into it, right? And so I take that to heart. Like, that's one of the things that I take away from the conversations that I have with my dad, right? Everything is about your image and how people perceive you, right? So it's not necessarily like I'm here to pander to you, because I'm not going to pander to you. I won't do it. But I want you to see me for who I actually am. And so I'm not going to leave like a crumb trail of all these bad things, right? I'm not going to tell you all these bad things about me, right? I'm going to tell you I'm going to be honest, though. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, no, like I'm not gonna just gonna come out outright and say like, yeah, I'm conservative, right? I'm not gonna do that, because to some, that's gonna alienate them from being a part of my life, and so I'm not gonna say that. I mean, that's only example I can come up with right now, right? And so I'm not gonna do that. What I'm going to say is, I do love guns. Okay, I love firearms, and I love proper training behind it, and yeah. I mean, that's really it. I mean, that's all I really want to say about that, right? It's just that's the thing I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I'm conservative. No, I'm gonna be like, this is what I believe in. All right. You can either be a part of whatever it is that I am, or you can go away. I don't really care, right? And so I don't even know where I was going with this conversation. I just threw myself out. Oh my gosh, what just happened? What just happened? That's insane, right? Oh, sorry. Yes, we were talking about image, right? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no. I got it, guys. I got it. I'm talking to myself, and I don't understand how I'm messing up my own conversation with myself. Okay. And so, like, I actually, very recently, I had to destroy an image of myself, right? Destroy what people thought of me in order to try and build something different, right? And little did I know that, guess what? That doesn't work, okay? So I like it because I lived and I learned. I understand now that it was stupid of me to do that. But I learned so much from it, And so the situation is that, I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of anything, but I took the fall for something that I shouldn't have taken the fall for, and that ruined a relationship with one of my friends. And so other friends got mad at me because I, ruined that relationship in order to be around people, right, that I thought that I wanted to be around. And I didn't want to be around all those people. I just wanted to be around a very specific person. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to throw away these relationships in order to gain one. And so it did come together where, I get to be, I told that person what actually happened, and I also got another friend out of it. But then again, I did have to destroy something in order to make something, and I don't think that was the best way of doing that. If somebody actually wanted to be my, friend, be part of my life, they wouldn't stand for me destroying another relationship in order to do so, And so, yeah, just something I had to go through recently. And so I just want to let y'all know, like, you don't need to destroy something in order to gain something. Obviously, if it's a toxic relationship and it's a toxic thing that you are a part of and you want to destroy that, that makes sense. But if you're already a part of something good, why break that? That doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh, I made it to 25 minutes. This does not make any sense. If you're still listening to this at this point, why? Why are you still listening to me? I'm 23 years old. What do you want to know? I got nothing for you. I don't know why you're here. Okay, I don't get it. And if you did make it to this point, literally just I I don't understand. Okay, if you did make it to this point, let me know. I don't understand why you're to this point. But hey, ooh, I think if you made it to this point, okay, then I have to give you something juicy, okay. When I was in high school, okay, my friend Dawson and I came up with a fantastic meal idea, okay? So this is really what we ate basically every single time he came over, where mom and dad actually bought a crap ton of this specific thing just because they knew that this is all we ate. So we came up with macaroni and cheese. It was just Kraft macaroni and cheese inside of a box, okay? It didn't nothing crazy. And then we got hot dogs, okay? We cut up those hot dogs, season the mac and cheese just right. Obviously, more of like a white person seasoning, so like salt and pepper. That's it. And then we put those cut up hot dogs inside the mac and cheese. Wait for it. Okay. And then we distributed it evenly to both. Yes. So he would have some of the macaroni and cheese and hot dogs, and I would have some of the macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. And then one day we have to name this. This is ingenious. And we somehow, I don't know who came up with it. It was one of us. It said Mogs. Macaroni and hot dogs. That's right. We came up with Mogs. And so, if you made it to this point, you're welcome, okay? You just now got a fantastic meal idea. Mogs, okay? Now, don't say ew, because it actually does taste good. And my parents and everybody were like, oh, that's so gross. But they never tried it, okay? It's really good. By the way, not the beef hot dogs, okay? You can get the ballpark. Those are good, okay? Nothing too thick, though. It can't be like a really, really big sausage. It doesn't make any sense. It has to be specifically like a, regular, bun hot dog, that kind of thing, okay? And then cut it up evenly and proportionate, because if you don't, it doesn't taste the same. Also, if you put in too much hot dog, then it just tastes. There's just too much. Okay, you cannot have too much macaroni and cheese. You can't have too much hot dog. It has to be even between the both. Okay, so you get like 10 noodles per one piece of hot dog. That's what I usually do, right? This is so stupid. Okay. Yeah, sorry. So we made it to 28 minutes, and I'm going to call it after that. If you got anything from this episode, the only thing I ask is, you share it with a friend, share it with family, whatever it may be. We're really, really close to 100, 100 downloads, okay? And that would be fantastic if we get to that. So download it on whatever you got. Whatever you listen to this podcast on, that actually does help out a lot. I can get sponsors, I can get more people on the show, and I can keep on doing this. Because there's going to be a point where I have to make money off of this, not because of anything crazy, but because I want to do some more fun things. I want to have more people on and everything. So, keep on hitting that download button, commenting, interacting with everything that I'm, with Nerds with Nines. Let me know how I'm doing, okay? Uh, so that has been another this has been another episode of Nerds with Nines, where we talk about anything from anime to Zenith firearms, or macaroni and hot dogs, obviously. So thank you for listening, and we will see you next week. We will see you next week. All right. Bye bye.